Hello friends, today we are briefly going to talk about South-South cooperation and then take a specific case of Thailand and have an interaction with the president of SIAM University of Thailand, um, Dr. Lalit Agarwal, uh, vice president of the MERI group of institutions, and Dr. Kalra, dean of the School of Management of the MERI Institute. Now, the point is that what is Global South? We hear a lot about India becoming or people wanting it to become leader of Global South. It goes back to definition earlier which used to be there of first word, which was basically West, and then it was second word, which was basically Soviet Union, and then the rest. And the thought process was that there is a developed word, there is a developing word, and there is an underdeveloped word. After some time, they found that these terminologies were not good. And of course, some of the so-called developed countries like China, like Korea, even like Vietnam, Brazil, were forging ahead and going quite forward. And then once the Middle Eastern countries had found oil from desert lands, they became very rich per capita income. And in our neighborhood on the east, we have Myanmar, Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand as a group, where the Eastern civilizations are quite strong, Hinduism, Buddhism, and the current culture is a mix of these cultures, which kept on interacting with each other. We all do feel quite comfortable with each other, except Myanmar, because of dictatorship, there are some issues. And China, of course, also has been interested in making them part of their BRI project. India has also taken initiative that there is a trilateral road which has been actually half constructed. There has been a project called Trilateral Road, which recently was reviewed by the External Affairs Ministers of India, Myanmar, Thailand, Vietnam, and the Upper Ganga project, in which is included Laos and Cambodia also, is to develop these infrastructure linkages. Thailand is an old culture, very, very strong in Hinduism and Buddhism. Their food is very tasty, and we love their food, and they love our food. And the ways of thinking are Asian. And therefore, coming to the economy, many of these were agricultural economies, but ASEAN as a group have forged ahead quite a bit in manufacturing and services. And their persons also go worldwide in terms of specialized services like shipping, like medicine. Filipino nurses are as famous as the Kerala nurses. And Thailand is very famous for tourism and its rice. It exports just about same as India, 40% of the world exports. And then Vietnam is there. So between the three countries, non-basmati rice exports are about 90% or so. Then there are exchanges in terms of technologies. There's not too much investment in each of those countries. Thailand, of course, we used to have a carbon black project of the villas quite some time ago. And there are some investments, but not that high. And similarly, reverse, Thailand doesn't have too much of investment in India. But we've had very good exchanges in terms of education. And we are here today to talk about that, the possibility of exchange of knowledge between MERI group of institutions and the Thailand SIAM University, which is a private university, which set up as a college 50 years ago, and then became an industry, a proper university, legally granting about 40 years ago. And it has the various departments in engineering and management. So now we are coming to that, what are the things which one can exchange and so on. Space science is very strong, remote sensing is very strong in India, but it has not been brought to the classroom that much. So can we bring the knowledge which we have maybe with ISRO or Remote Sensing Institute, to the classroom and do it together, because Thailand is also now developing a strong space program. Can we do it in robotics? Robotics, the funny thing is, we have the least use per capita of robots in the world, or at least the top 100 countries and so on, and the highest number of robotic engineers per capita in the world. So there is always a use of that knowledge of those robotic engineers, whichever part of the world. So we might consider this, and let's see how he responds. The president of the university, Professor Paranchai, and Dr. Lalit Agarwal from Meri Institute is there, vice president or director, and Dr. Kala is there to interact, to find out the scope of interaction. So in a way, we are putting it as a South-South cooperation project, and then see in the educational field, educational services, what are the things one can exchange with each other for mutual benefit. Now, I'll pass it on to the discussion among the four of us.